Hi Cancer, and welcome back to the Guiding Chariot, and welcome to your Cancer season reading. First and foremost, let me say happy birthday to all my Cancers out there. It is our season, we're going to do this. I'm filming this on Monday, so the day we just had the summer solstice yesterday. So nice big boost of energy. We are finishing up this Mercury retrograde. We've got, I think Jupiter retrograde is coming up if it hasn't happened already. So we still got a lot of shifting energies, but I think with this being, like, we're officially in summer, we're now in Cancer season, the vibe is definitely going to change after Gemini season. So I am super excited to get into this reading. It's going to be a good one. So let's see what messages we have for you, Cancer. I had to take out the Mermaid decks for Cancer season, right? We needed all that watery energy in here. You might hear a bunch of things going on in the background. There was a whole bunch of birds this morning singing, which was nice. Okay. I don't know what that one is, but I kind of want that top card too. We're going to leave those two together. You want it? Okay. And we got a friend. And another friend. Okay. Four of Swords coming up, face up. Love that. So we've been in a time of rest and recovery, recouping a little bit. Lay these puppies out. Ooh. Beautiful to be right in the middle. Maybe we'll get all of these guys out first, since they feel chatty right now. We'll let the spread fill out, and then we'll come back to talk about them. So Cancer, before you fall, and I gotta go grab you. Cancer, we've got a lot of majors going on already. Oh, what was that? Yes. Okay, that came up in the reverse, so I'm going to leave it that way. See, this is why I wanted another deck. I did feel like we were going to end up clarifying. I probably will. I'll probably grab one while we're talking. Anyway, bottom of the deck, Queen of Wands. Yes, and thank you. So we're attracting, we're feeling empowered, we're feeling powerful for sure. Can't see that, can you? Well, that's all right. But this is a great time for manifestation. And manifestation in the sense where you are the magnet. You are attracting. So you, and I say this to, when I say this to you guys, Cancer, you know I'm talking to myself also. But collectively, we are manifesting by being, by our choices, by our thoughts, more so than our actions. Okay? And I want to say that specifically because this is coming up on the bottom of the deck right now. Because I think the temptation or the belief is the word that I want to say, but it's like, you know, and it's modern society. We're subscribed to this idea, you know, you work hard, you know, you play hard, that kind of thing. You work really hard, you make things happen. Honestly, your manifesting right now is coming through more your thoughts and your energy. You know, you're deserving of this thing, or you're expecting this thing, or looking towards this thing, or focused on this thing. It's not so much if you're just like going and pushing it, that's not where it's going to come from. And part of that may be because this energy, the confidence that you deserve this thing, that you can have this thing, you're capable of this thing, whatever it is, like, if you don't believe you can get it, all the effort you put into it isn't going to make this any better, right? It's not helping. And actually, before we even get into the spread, underneath that is the Devil card. So feeling stuck and trapped by, you know, this like overpowering belief, that negative voice inside your head that's like, yeah, you do whatever you want, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. Not going to get it. But there's an opportunity for you to get it with the Fool card underneath there. But again, you have to kind of let yourself out of that box. Okay, let's get into your actual spread, but love that underlying energy for all of us. So we've got this Four of Swords coming up right at the front. To me, honestly, I feel like this is talking about, I was going to say Mercury season. Gemini season is what I meant. To me, this is kind of talking about what we've been through, right? This first column is really, it's a little more recent past energy. But here with this Four of Swords, we've been in this period of rest. We've been in this period of, I almost want to say some of us may have felt frustrated. It was like this period of time where we were like, why is nothing moving? Why is nothing happening? Or again, it may be even connected to that same energy of like, I've been doing the do, I've been trying my hardest, I've been trying new things, I've been making this happen, I've been taking these chances, but yet I feel like I haven't grown anywhere, nothing's happened, I'm still sitting in the same place. Why have I not progressed any? And honestly, it's because it wasn't time. It really wasn't time. Your next card out is the Hierophant, which is a card of learning, right? Especially when we're talking about things of a spiritual nature. It doesn't have to be, but it's definitely a card of learning. We were in a pause, we were in rest and recovery because there was something to be understood. Whether it was something about ourselves, something about this goal, whatever it is, if it was, studying to pass an exam, or if it was preparing for a new job, or, whatever it could be. It could even just be gaining a deeper connection with self before entering into a relationship. We have the Two of Cups in the middle of the spread, so I guarantee relationships and emotions, big thing for you right now. Probably been a big thing for you, right? But here with these two cards, honestly, this was a time for you to learn and probably be a little introspective and reflective, especially because we have the Hermit in there as well. So you kind of have two cards that are really about going deeper and digging deeper. One in thought and learning and education, also structure as well. This is a big card for following the traditional path and following the steps and creating a really strict doctrine almost. There are some people who really don't like the Hierophant card because it is a strict energy, almost kind of like when we talk about Saturn. It is a very like you need to prep, you need to learn, you need to do, there's a certain way to do these things, and this is how you need to do it. And then you also have this Hermit card, which we will talk about, don't worry, we're going to get to him. But then you have that Hermit card, which that is that inner reflective introspective vibe. You also have the Ace of Swords. This is that clarity and understanding. A lot of times this card can be about a message coming in, so you may have received some type of news or offer, something like that. To me, I think this is more the clarity of mind and clarity of your perspective. Finding, think of this arrow almost as a compass point. So it was about finding your right heading, right, as the wheel and the compass spins around. This was about finding your direction. And I want to say this, that doesn't make you sound flighty, because that's not what I intend. But essentially it was kind of like your needle was kind of pointing all over the place. It was kind of like, well, I like this and I like that and I'm into this and da-da-da-da-da. And a lot of times that's how we learn, right? You experience a bunch of different things and you figure out what you like and you don't, and that helps to fine tune. So that's not a bad thing that you went on that road. But now once we're in, now that we're in Cancer season, that time is kind of done, if that makes sense. Like the playing and guessing what it is and what we don't like and all that kind of stuff. That time is over. We've already let that go. Now it's time to really focus that arrow in the direction we want. So for those of you where that's already done and decided, great. You used your time effectively in Gemini season. And honestly, that makes perfect sense. We went through Mercury retrograde. We still have the post shadow ahead of us, so it's not completely over, but it's going to pick up again. We're going to get that momentum back. But that is kind of the time to play with this energy, because you don't really want to be starting new things and making new decisions during Mercury retrograde anyway, because literally, energetically, everything we're doing is about kind of reviewing, re-examining. You get a second chance to look at things. Oh, could I have done that differently? How could I have done that differently? Would I have wanted to do it differently, right? Do I really want another outcome, right? Do I want to try this again? Or do I really, it's time for me to let this go, right? So a lot of that needed to be decided during Gemini season. So this, to me, is really confirmation of what's been going on through this past month. And I will say that Four of Swords was probably much needed, because a lot of that stuff can mentally be taxing, which, can physically have a result where we just feel tired and exhausted, and, we run out of steam and we just, it's a feeling, it's a thing, all right? But something that you have used wisely, Cancer. So again, kudos. I can also say that because here in the present moment we have the Six of Wands, which is a card of victory and success. It's also a card of recognition. So whatever this, especially if this was something for like a test or a job, like those efforts are going to be seen. They're going to be rewarded. They're going to be acknowledged. Now, I just wanted to throw that out there because I think a big part of what's going on is about being recognized, by someone. Doesn't even have to be someone in particular, but here with the Two of Cups in the center of this particular spread, relationships, big thing on your mind. Big thing on your mind. Whether it's existing or incoming, it really doesn't matter. It'll be different for everyone. But with this Two of Cups here, ooh, just got super overcast. That was interesting. But this Two of Cups, really, really about how are we getting what we want out of a relationship? How are we showing up to a relationship? If it's a current relationship, is it satisfying? Why isn't it satisfying? What do I need to do differently? Or is this, how do I support the other person in this? How do we find even ground if we're having issues? If this is new love, what blocks do I have in my way? Am I actively participating in finding something, or am I kind of just being a little hermit and hiding out? And then I'm wondering why I'm not meeting anyone. So it's all kinds of, there's tons of layers to this thing. I could be there for 3 days just kind of making up questions for that. But big focus about connection. And especially with this Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck, if we're looking for new love, this is a great kind of nod that love is coming, right? Being recognized, being in this attractive, sexy energy, and then having the Two of Cups here. So it is a good sign that new love is coming in. Yeah, and if we're in a current relationship, I kind of want to just say fixing a current relationship, right? But I think if this is for someone, if you're connecting to this and this is a current relationship, something you're actually in, I feel like it may have been a little rocky, and it may have been a little, we've had our challenges. Maybe not, I'm not saying the whole thing is bad, but we may have had a few stumble moments, Cancer, and that's fine. I think a lot of what's going on is giving you a chance to really be reflective and look at your part in it. Now, I'm not saying you're the wrong one. I'm just saying it always takes two to tango. So you played a part, the other person played a part. I do think for existing relationships, there is something with how you show up to the relationship that really got brought to the forefront during Gemini season, or at least in your recent past. And this is kind of an opportunity to really check that and work on it if you haven't already. Because again, if you have been working on it, like I said with the Six of Wands, that will be noticed, that will be seen. So especially if we're trying to repair something, right? And I don't mean to call anyone out. This may not even be for everyone. But if there is a relationship where, there needs to be a little repair work done for both of you, right? I think that was really, really highlighted in the recent past. Just wanted to throw that out there. Underneath the Two of Cups, we have this Four of Pentacles. To me, this is the kind of biggest, heads up that we want to look at. This is why I'm going to clarify it. I knew I should have grabbed that deck. Doing that. Because again, this is making me think of this Devil card. This Four of Pentacles is about clinging to the past, clinging to maybe something that's a little outdated, some old belief, right? But it's clinging to this is what's going to keep you from manifesting that desire, right? Because again, it's that idea, we need to believe that we're worthy of this. We need to believe that we deserve this. We need to believe that we're capable of this. It doesn't even have to be the relationship. Apply where it needs to. But whatever it is you've been working on and manifesting and desiring, I feel like there's some type of ideology or I don't know, just some type of stigma in your brain that kind of just keeps you thinking, you can't do that. It might, and honestly, it might even be fear, knowing that the Devil card is hiding under there. Fear of, if we stick to this relationship thing, fear of, we're just going to be disappointed again, right? Oh, it's going to play out the same way, and I'm going to end up hurt, and that's going to suck, and it'll be painful, and I don't even want to bother. He's just going to be another tool. She's just going to be another whatever, and I think that's because for those of you where this is a relationship, especially if we're not in one now, we're looking for one especially, you're not looking to fool around, right? This is the Two of Cups. We want that soulmate union. We want that divine union. We want that deep connection. We're not trying to just be intimate with someone, for the sake of being intimate, right? We want something that comes with strings. We want something that comes with commitments, that's long term, right? Someone that's willing to invest, right? The same that we're willing to invest in them, we want that same energy coming to us. And in the past, that for sure hasn't happened, right? And so now we're kind of sitting with that. I almost want to say we're sitting with that expectation, right? When I get it, it's a survival mechanism. It's a coping mechanism. That's how we protect ourselves. We put up a wall to keep us from getting hurt again. But that wall is now keeping other people out. Okay? Even in this image, you can see she's like in a cove. She's surrounded by these high waterfalls, right? It's almost like she's in her own pit, full of water, full of emotional space. It's all flowing, but she's walled up. She's even sitting on the top of this little peak in the middle of what I assume to be like a pond, right? It's just filling with water, and she's on her little isolated island, right? So there is something energetically or mentally that's keeping you on that pedestal. That felt real heavy to me. I feel like I just got hit by a truth bomb. Again, I feel like I'm talking to myself just as much as I'm talking to you guys. But there's something that is keeping you kind of in a little safe, little protective bubble. But I think you're ready to bust out of that bubble now. And that's really what we're going to be working on. And Cancer season, great time for that, especially for Cancers. This is your season. You're going to be surrounded with energy that you can understand and you can work with and you can play with almost effortlessly. We then have the Hermit card popping up. Now this is a beautiful card. I love the Hermit card. And it is one about introspection and being reflective and looking within. But the reason we look within is to find this light, right? So the Hermit holds the Star card in that lantern, right? So that energy of hope and optimism and faith. So to me, and actually, honestly to me, even more so than the Hanged Man, to me, I think that the Hermit card is a lot of shadow work, right? Really going deep inside yourself and trying to find that inspiration, finding that faith and that hope and illuminating, where those shadows are. To me, this work isn't what lies ahead. I understand it's in your future column, but I feel like this work was already started last season, right? So Mercury retrograde for sure has highlighted a lot of that already. With me, the Hermit card popping up now, you found your light. You found that light. You found the star, or you will very, very soon. You're coming out of this Hermit energy. The reason I say that, with confidence, because here we have the Hermit. Right after is the Judgment card, which is a card about rebirth, right? This is Phoenix energy, rising anew, especially after our summer solstice we had just yesterday, right? We're officially in summer season, at least, astrologically speaking. But this is where we rise anew. This is where you are reborn. So this is where you come out of this cave. You come out of this shadow work with the clear understanding, right? Because we have that Ace of Swords, understanding of what you want to do, who you are, right? And what you're going to do to get it. Love that. Okay. And then we have this Nine of Pentacles here in reverse. Now, this lovely lady, we love her. We love this card. In reverse, it is a card of lacking some self-confidence, feeling a little less than, right? And it doesn't mean you don't have value. It doesn't mean you don't have worth, but you don't believe it, right? And I hate to call anybody out, but this is kind of like being Beyonce, but thinking you're Michelle, right? So Michelle, I love you. I'm not trying to come for you, but it's like being Beyonce, but you think you're Michelle. Like that's where you're holding yourself back. I did grab it. Okay, we're gonna do a second layer on this because I cannot leave it there. Like I can't do it. I can't. I won't. I shan't. But yeah, this particular energy, that's the thing that really needs to be I mean, worked on, yes, but that's the part of you that really has been under examination. This bottom layer, this like really, really deep kind of root situation, right? Like on the surface, it all looks great, Cancer, right? You've gone through this rest period, may have felt a little stagnant, right? You may have been frustrated with that, but you had this little quiet moment to yourself to hold on. But it was really for that introspective piece. But now as we move forward, you are going to be seen and recognized for your talents, your capabilities, who you are, right? Because who you are is much more solidified. You found that light inside of you, right? And then, you know, one step below that, we've been learning to work on ourselves, whether in a relationship or, again, gaining those skills. We talked about this definitely could be connected to a job kind of thing. But whatever it is we've been learning, it's something that we are deeply passionate and connected to and want to build that relationship with. But we are being reborn anew, right? So through this period of study and finding passion, that is where we rise up again, right? So literally, surface looks really, really great. The root core of this is dealing with this limiting belief, right? And it's so funny because even here, we have the sword in the Ace of Swords pointing to these two cards, right? And because this is the truth that kind of obliterates this energy, right? Understanding that you don't have to hold on to this. Understanding you are the Beyonce, not the Michelle, right? This is the understanding that kind of cuts that energy away, right? Because this isn't true. It's again, that's that safety mechanism that keeps us safe, right? It may feel a little more comfortable in that space, but it's very limiting. And I think for some of you, it's also very isolating. Okay. Nope. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Don't worry, we're going to talk about these cards. I guess I can talk about them while we get a few more out. So first card we got out, King of Cups in the reverse, Cancer, in the reverse. So you didn't know who you were, and it's been a long struggle trying to sort that out here with the 10 of Wands. But again, that struggle is over. We're already at the 10. Yep. 7 of Swords, been lying to yourself, right? Been lying to yourself. And honestly, having this pop up in the top row, not only have you been believing this lie, I'm sure other people have said things to you that you have held on to, right? You know, someone told you you were, you know, a shitty partner. Someone told you could never get that job. Someone told you you're not smart enough to do that. And you've held on to that. It's a lie, mama. It's a lie. It's a lie. And it's taken a minute to realize that that's not your truth. Because it's not. It never was. Woo! Just had like a whole chunk of cards fall. Do I want to take them? Okay, wait. Some more fun. Actually, that's so funny that it's like perfectly 3. Someone fell. Where are they? There they are. I see them. Oh, this is like a huge stack. I'm not taking those. Oh, but we're gonna keep these guys. All right, so we've got yes. Love that. King of Wands. And can I just point out, we've got King and Queen here. So, told you, definitely divine connection coming in. Whether this is rebuilding this current one or this is someone new. More so, I think this is someone new. Honestly, I think this is someone new. But energetically, this is really about finding that passion, finding that desire. And then this is where all the action you want to put behind things, all the effort you want to put into things, this is where they actually start to make sense, right? Because now these actions are in alignment with your intentions. Excuse me. You know, these actions have purpose behind them. They have passion behind them, right? This is where you have the confidence to kind of believe that you can make things happen. Then we have, actually we're going to put them, I'm going to show you both of them together. So then we have the Wheel of Fate and we have the Tower. Now, do not freak out because you're looking at a Tower card. Because remember, we're clarifying. So to me, this Tower card isn't some big natural disaster that's coming to you, especially because it's being paired with the Wheel of Fortune, which is change, right? And this is coming out on the Two of Cups and the Judgment card. To me, this is how sudden this shift is going to be. Like, sudden. It's going to be as quick as this lightning crash in the Tower card, right? I kind of want to describe it, this wheel, right? Excuse me. You know, this Wheel of Fate that wants to bring you opportunity, that wants to take this shadiness from your past away from you. It's like I literally see it almost kind of like excuse me, almost like a roulette wheel. So picture a roulette wheel. It's got all the new fun stuff coming in on this side, and it's got all the wonky stuff that we're trying to like spin away from us on the other side, right? And the wheel wants to spin, but I almost feel like there's like a rubber band. There's a third one. There's like this rubber band on one of the pegs. So as the roulette spinner's trying to like spin the wheel, right? It's getting caught. That rubber band is holding one of the pegs and it just can't spin. It keeps getting like halted. That rubber band is this belief. That rubber band is what's holding the wheel back from spinning. But every time the universe has tried to spin that wheel, it's like stored up energy, right? It's like stored kinetic energy. Once we get out of this, you know, reverse King of Cups and step into the King of Wands, right? When we have that confidence and that passion, that drive and that desire, once we find that within ourselves, right? Because it's all internal, right? Once you get the internal alignment, then the external lines up with it. Once we make that transition, that rubber band snaps and literally that wheel just boom. Like, honestly, I feel like this is going to be so quick and so sudden, very like when it rains it pours type of thing. But it's going to rain down abundance. And literally I said rain it pours, and then I looked up at the watering can and like just thinking, when you tip the water and just all that water comes out. I'm telling you, it's going to be insane. It's going to be insane. And actually, the Wheel of Fate is the 10th card, and it's sitting right underneath the 10 of Wands. Like, this phase, so done. So done. You've reached the 10 already. So done. It's just that, I'm telling you, it's just that little rubber band that's holding us back. Like, if this was in the physical, I literally would just go get a pair of scissors and cut that rubber band, and everything will be solved. Everything will be solved. Oh. We're going to take all of those. Come with me. So we have 2 of Pentacles. So being balanced, being flexible. We've got the 5 of Wands. So these all came up in reverse. 3 of Swords. And we have the Ace of Swords again. And you know me, I never really read the aces in reverse because it's such a pure energy. And this is the same row. We've already had the Ace of Swords. Right? So again, this is that truth, clarity. To me, with this Ace of Swords coming up in reverse, especially when it's connected to this 5 of Wands and the 3 of Swords, this particular energy is about resolving that shit from the past. Excuse that language. But again, this is healing this hurt. Honestly, to me, this makes perfect sense with this past relationship, right? With this 7 of Swords. I feel like someone said something intentionally to hurt you or intentionally to manipulate you, right? But we've carried that, whatever that sentence was, whatever that phrase was, we've carried it with us, right? It's almost like we've worn it as like a scar. And it's like healed, and now it's just scar tissue that's on us. This is really about getting that lasered off. Literally about lasering off. Because it's messed with your internal world, right? You know, to me, the 5 of Wands is all about internal conflict and doubt within ourselves. All stemming from this lie, right? This falsehood that was told to us. That we've kind of owned and adopted as truth. It is not truth. It is not truth. Alright? And then we have this 2 of Pentacles energy coming out really on top of that. And it is a card of flowing and balanced, but 2s are always about a decision, right? Here you're weighing up these 2 coins, right? 1 is gold and 1 is fool's gold, right? And it's about recognizing you are gold, you are worthy, you are valuable. You are not, going to turn someone's skin green. You're not going to tarnish. You're not going to rust. Like, you are valuable, right? Because even within the original spread, the only space we had a reversal was the 9 of Pentacles. That's also the only spot that we have, minus the King of Cups, talking about that 4 of Swords. But other than that, you have 3 reversals in the 1 row where we had a reversal. This is really the only spot where the energy is wonky, where it's, unbalanced. Where we need to sort some of that out. I'm telling you, it's all about that, whatever that belief is inside. That's where we need to bring some massive healing to us. All right, my loves, we're going to pull a few oracles before we finish up. Beautiful spread, though, Cancers. Especially, look at literally what's in the middle of the deck. The 2 of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. So, I think next week I'm going to have to do love readings. I might have to. We'll see what happens with the other signs. You're the first one, birthday people. But we'll see. If a lot of relationship stuff comes up, I think we're going to have to do love readings next week, because that's insane. But I am so serious when I say, the biggest thing you want to work on is this belief, is wherever this limitation exists, where you think you can't, or it doesn't even, you even don't have to, the phrase may not even be like, oh, I can't, but it's just like, oh, I can never find the right guy or the right girl. No one's ever attracted to me, or there's no jobs out there, or there's nothing that uses my skills, right? Those are all lies. Those are all lies, right? And a big block in that is this kind of energetic connection to that idea that it's not there. It doesn't exist. Mystery, first card coming out. So dealing with some unknown, we don't see it, right? And I think a lot of where that comes from is, I'm giggling because I know I do this all the time, where, we want to see proof that something is real to believe it, right? Well, if I was sexy and attractive, I'd have people knocking my door down to be with me, right? If I was super smart and capable, everyone would be wanting to hire me, right? Oh, thank you. Spirit, you're funny. You're funny today. So that mystery is about, we don't see what's on this wheel, right? It hasn't turned yet. We don't know what's coming. We can't see it. But you have to believe it anyway. And then look what came out right on top of the mystery card. Inner knowing, right? It starts inside, right? You gotta sort out this belief first, right? So yes, we can't see what's ahead. We don't have proof of these things we know, yet we need to believe it anyway. Yes, you do. And you can practice that in many ways. And I have a little list on my phone that has all these different affirmations that I'll just write. Sometimes I'll be thinking about it and something will pop into my head, so I just whip out that little section. I just type it in there, and every once in a while I'll open it up again and read through those and find something, and then just repeat it to yourself a couple times. You could do a guided another runner. You could do a guided meditation online. Who that was? There it is. They're all falling right between my legs today. I don't know what that means. Cancers, you freaky. And awareness. And again, to me, this awareness card is more so like confirming the journey you've been on, right? Because we talked about that with the Hermit card, a little bit with the Judgment card, definitely with that Ace of Swords, right? Finding that truth within. So to me, this awareness is really about understanding your truth and your worth and your value. All right, that's better. Needed a little reset. Hi, birdie. Little bird popped outside for your reading. Hi. So I will say, with that little bird coming, he literally like flew up to the window, looked inside, just gave a little tweet. I don't know if you could hear it, and then he flew off. I am using the Angels and Ancestors deck right now. So Cancers, you may have, you know, someone checking in on you, right? You may have a loved one helping you out at this time. Okay. Oh, got a bunch here. So we've got the Oracle, waiting for information to come in, right? Divining. So you, for sure, may be doing your own form of divination, right? Whether this is you know, pulling your own cards, seeking insights online, maybe. For some, this may also be like just random things popping into your head, I almost want to say, right? Like you could be not even trying to do anything intentionally and just kind of walking around, mind your own business, and then just like a thought comes in. We don't really know where that comes from, but it's just like, oh, interesting. To me, I feel like that's that ancestor, that's that divine insight kind of stepping in. And again, I think it might just be random. I don't see this as a dream. Like, I don't even think this is dream symbolism. For some of you, maybe, but honestly, I feel like it's just kind of this like little nugget just gets interjected into your day. You're like, oh, what? Who? Why'd you say that? Why did I think that? Why did, you know? I literally think it's kind of like the divine just like, oh, I'm gonna just put this here. Thank you. Yeah, like, it's kind of a thing. I've also got stag energy. I mean, come on, could you just take that in? Trust and thrive. Trust and thrive. Kind of your theme right now, Cancer. Traveler, moving in a new direction. To me, this is what we talked about with that Ace of Swords, right? Finding that compass heading. So this is you moving towards new horizons, new opportunities, new love, new romances for sure. Warrior, be fearless and stand strong. This is that King of Wands energy, right? This is you in your power. This is you, and on it, like, this may be crazy, but I feel like this is your ancestor. I think your ancestor was a warrior, right? I think your ancestor is the one that's really like stoking that flame inside of you, right? Oh, yeah. I kind of want you to take that in. Like, I kind of want you to kind of absorb that particular image. Like, be fearless. You're the Beyonce. Like, be fearless. That's wild. That is, I might even sit with that card for a little bit after this. And then last card out, Stargazer. Set your sights higher. I told you, that limiting belief, it was a lie. It was a lie. It's not your truth. It doesn't illuminate who you are. It doesn't even fully explain who you are. It probably doesn't even talk about you point blank period, right? So there is an element of you that for sure is growing and expanding, but the reason why we don't see that in the physical, why we don't see it manifested, you know, in the 3D, because as that part of you is growing and evolving, you keep telling yourself you're not that thing, right? You're like the you know, caterpillar telling yourself you're not the butterfly, but you've already busted out, right? Like, you are the butterfly, but you're like, no, I'm a caterpillar. I don't know what you're talking about. Butterfly, I was never a butterfly. I never had wings. I'm a caterpillar. And then like, this is like the moment where someone shows you the mirror, or you find a mirror and you look in it, you're like, oh damn, I'm a butterfly. like no joke. You can't see my face, but I'm full on like, no way. Like, and I think it's gonna be this moment where like, I feel like everyone around you is like, you thought you were a caterpillar? You thought you were a caterpillar. You, right? Like, because even I made that comparison not to the butterfly bit, but remember how on the surface all of this looks good, right? In that initial layer of the reading, everything looks good, but that internal space is where we had the opportunity, all right? So honestly, once that is broken, once that illusion is shattered within you, whole new world. Whole new world. Like, incredibly whole new world. Alright, my lovely Cancers, I'm going to wrap that reading there. I think I'm going to take this card out for a little bit and sit with that. Whew. Epic. Amazing reading, guys. Like I said, wishing you the best. Again, happy birthday to my lovely Cancers out there. I hope you enjoy your season. I hope you enjoy your celebration. I am wishing you guys the best. Let me know if a lot of you really resonated with this as a love reading. Let me know, because I think I'm probably going to do relationship readings. We'll see. We will see. If it doesn't show up in the other readings, maybe not. But I'm getting real romance vibes. So let me know if you'd be into that, because it'll just help to confirm it. But as always, thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. Leave a comment down below. Let me know how it resonated for you. Also, make sure you have that subscribe and notification bell on, just so you can be notified when the new readings pop up, especially if you want them to be love readings. But until then, stay safe, enjoy your summer, take care. I will see you in your next video, Cancer. Bye.